Give me those good old days of heroes and villains, those days of great mentors, public benefactors and role models, those memorable moments in history when we were not only proud to be a Nigerian, but also wore the identity with pride and honor. Oh, days we sang, Kini o fi ole se laye ti mo wa, meaning, what on earth will make me still? Looking back now and comparing those days of yore to this present day, I think I can now join others in saying those were indeed good old days. Olusegun Adebambo Ojomo is my name, and here is my good old days story. I hail from Okeluse, Owo, Ondo State, but I was born in Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State. My father is late Venerable Archdeacon Joseph Adebowale Ojomo, a clergyman of the Nigerian Anglican Communion, while mother, Mrs. S.T. Ojomo, was a retired school teacher and adolescent mentor. I am firstborn of the family, and because my parents were moved by job transfers from place to place and time to time, I attended quite a number of primary schools. From St. David's Anglican Primary School, Lafiaji, Lagos, to St. Peter's Primary School, Ishara Remo, and completed my primary education at St. Paul's Primary School, Odogbolu, Ogun State. Unlike a rolling stone that gathers no moss, each school provided experience and a background that helped a great deal in mixing with people of different shades of ideas and beliefs. As a growing child, I was naturally impressionable, but one lesson I held close was the fact that wherever one finds himself, you must learn to adapt, settle down quickly, and face the challenges ahead. Precisely, I was born and bred to be law-abiding, downrightly obedient to parents and elders, without bid for questioning. I was also bred to always remember the son of whom you are, and that for a very long time fashioned and tailored my attitude and belongingness. I was also bred, very importantly, to be contented with whatever I had, self-sufficient, ordinately ambitious, sincere and truthful. A number of cousins and uncles came living with us from time to time, which also afforded me opportunity of knowing early enough that life was not a bed of roses. In those days, communal living was a given. Hardly would you find a household of the middle class that was not filled with extended family members whose parents felt they would be better trained living with an educated family. Ours was no exception. As a son of an Anglican cleric, my father brought me up to know that we could find ourselves anywhere, anytime in the world. It really came to pass when, as a 9-year-old boy, I found myself in a unity school consisting of students from all Nigerian tribes. I attended Federal Government College Odogbolu and Adeola Odutola College Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State. At Federal Government College Odogbolu, I was the most diminutive in my class set and about the youngest. I was very brilliant and at the same time a no-nonsense person. I remember vividly a Canadian female teacher that taught my class English in Form 3 named Miss Segun, who liked me greatly for two major reasons. My name being Segun and the fact that I was the best in her subject in my class. Unfortunately, she had a habit of dipping into our midday snacks and shortening our class ration. Myself and some of the bigger boys in the class then held a meeting to find a means of stopping her from continuing to eat our snacks, and I was appointed as the person that would stop her from such habit. As a matter of fact, I used to sit at the back of the class with the big boys, but on this fateful day, I came up to the front seat and did not pay any attention to the day's lessons because my mind kept wondering about the action mode I would employ to tackle the usurper. Typically of her, she finished her teaching for the day and attempted to pick the snacks, and I hurriedly stood up to prevent her from picking it. She was so shocked and enraged that she decided to seize the whole pack of snacks and took them in her car boot to proceed to the mini campus. What happened next was better imagined than experienced. It suffices to say that I was later contracted by my classmates because of my early life writing prowess to do a petition against Miss Segun that led the principal to withdraw her from our class and later from our school. In those days, we protested based on convictions. We were focused on our goals and we were not distracted by the allures of the imagined social values. Though boys will always be boys, but moderation was the watchword way back then. For special sixth form education, I attended Ondo State College of Arts and Science Ikare Akoko and the School of Basic Studies Ijebu-Ode. I later proceeded to the University of Ilorin, Nigeria, and the Nigerian Institute of Journalism, Ogba, Lagos. Yeah, growing up was fun. The major value I had imbibed from childhood was contentment, and it remained a helpful tool to me till date. As a young growing boy, I also was a very social material by nature, which got me exposed quite early to some social activities, habits, vices, but never took a nap on the ones society perceived as most terrible. What do we have today amongst our youth? The get-rich-quick syndrome. Nobody wants to work hard anymore. What today's youth want is little job, fat pockets. Our values have been eroded. So where did we get it wrong? Will our children believe us when we say we had so much fun in those days within limits of what society perceived as just? That's the values impacted on us made us who we are today. It is not too late and can never be too late for us to get things right. Tomorrow remains better for our youths if each could combine his or her God-given talents with his or her interests to lead a meaningful life. A listening ear to elders like we did in our days would also help them to move on safely. Nigeria will become better if patriotism and selflessness in their very large senses could be every citizen's attraction. Our challenge now is to focus on how we can change the narrative. Our children certainly deserve a brighter future full of hopes and not gory tales of a scary future. You and I must therefore walk the talk by ensuring we right the wrongs. Great morals and sound education can never go out of fashion. Let's make it happen. To this end, I joined Sir Shemore Badejo in this collective drive towards a greater tomorrow. Thank you.